Okay, over here, let's go through the uh, sample or simple AI agent. I have taken it from the Google white paper and modified it so that it works for my purpose. And these codes keep deprecating, right? This is a fast moving place. So if it deprecates, please work on your own and then put the changes what you made in the comments in the video, right? I may not be able to keep on running the same code to make it updated, but the changes should be straightforward. So few things to start with, right? LangGraph is a library mainly used for building the agents. LangChain is a library broadly used across the generative AI to chain the different steps that is required. We are installing for a Google search. From the LangChain, we are installing Google Vertex AI for the agent building. Google Maps package because we are going to do the Google search a lot, and the LangChain Google Community package as well. Um, we are importing the Google Auth so that one time it is able to authenticate with my Google account. That is required for the one time for the authentication purpose. After installing all this library, I am importing, creating a React agent from the LangGraph where we will be creating. We are importing tools from the LangChain, different tools that we want to call. We are using the SERP API wrapper. SERP is basically used to do the Google search, right? It's a third party that is actually a gray area wherein they actually kind of maybe violating the terms of the service from Google by scrapping it, but that risk is on them. It's widely used, but is a gray area, what I research. Google Places tool is used to find the places if you have a question for the address and so on. So if you want to do a Google search, I will be using this, and if I want to search for the Google Places, I will be using this. This we are using for the creating the chat vertex. Importing OS because I want to save certain things. I need a SERP API key. I'm not going to share. Google API key I won't be sharing as well, and Google Project ID. To create the SERP API, Google Places API, here is the steps, but I will just show you. You just have to go to a SERP API, create your account, and go to API key. You will see the API, right? I have a small account of 100 searches only, right? Then you need to enable the billing on your Google Cloud. The billing needs to be enabled. So you can just go to the Google Cloud console.cloud.google and enable the billing and specify your credit card details. You need to enable the Vertex API, Vertex AI API. You can just go to the console.cloud.google and just look for the Vertex AI API and just click on the enable button. That's it. And I am showing this project ID, but this project ID is available over here. And the project ID needs to be put as well, right? So the project ID will actually go over here. The project ID goes over here. So these are the three things, keys that is needed. I'm not going to execute until here, but from here I'm going to execute it. So basically I'm defining a tool, right? Basically I'm defining a tool and I'm using a SERP API wrapper. So for any, I will be using a SERP API to do any Google search, right? So I'm defining a tool and I'm saying that use the SERP API for doing a Google search, right? If there is a question related to the places like address, location, etc., I'm going to use this code, right? I'm going to use this code to do the search. This is redundant. I will remove this. So this is the search. I'm using this model, right? Gemini 2.0 flashlight. And I'm specifying that I have two tools. I have a search tool and I have a places tool. I have a search tool and I have a places tool. And the search tool is used for this purpose and places tool is used for this particular purpose. My question is very simple and it's a very hot question. I'm recording on 4th of May 2025 and the elections were in Singapore was on 3rd of May 2025 and no way the LLM is going to know it. So I'm going to ask which party won the Singapore election and what is the address of the PM house, right? So this should actually go to the Google search and this should actually go to the Google Places, right? And I just press enter. So basically, this question is meant for a search, and this question is meant for the places. And I'm going to do this, and I'm specifying an agent. I'm creating a React agent. And human is basically giving this particular query. This is the query that is going, right? This is the query that is going, and it has certain model. The model is Gemini, and it has certain tools, that is search and places, that is specified over here. So we go to the next one, and this is the main magic, right? This is the orchestration, this is the looping, right? And what it effectively does is basically, whatever is your input, right? Your input is nothing but the query and the question that you're asking, and it is going to go through your question. It is going to break the questions into the parts, separate into the tuples, and is going to basically keep on searching and breaking the things, right? I'm going to execute it. Um, what did I do? Which, okay, maybe some issue pressing certain button, right? So, which party won the Singapore election? What is the address of the PM house? So it is going to call a tool, right? It is calling a search tool. It is calling a search tool with what? Who won Singapore election? I did not ask who won Singapore election, which party I asked, but it reframed for me who won Singapore election. And then it also asked another a tool, that is a places, with the thing that what is a PM house address, right? Who, it broke into two parts. Who won Singapore election? What is a PM house address in Singapore? And it called the Places API. It got certain details from Places API, and finally it framed an answer and gave it to me. The ruling party in Singapore won the recent election. It didn't give the party name. It's a People Action Party. And the address of the Prime Minister House is the Orchard Road, Istana, Singapore. Right. So this is how it works. If I want to ask it again, maybe it gives the name of the party, right? Okay, it found few more places now, and it still gives me a ruling party, right? So it's playing with me. It doesn't give the which party. Okay, even though which party won the party name, please give party name, right? Please give party name. Uh, and let's try with some modification, right? Sometime it gives a party name, sometime it doesn't. But I mean, you can make either you can change it the query where the question is being asked, or uh, you can change the the prompts, but prompt changing may not be that generic. So I asked the party name, and then it says that a People's Action Party won the Singapore election. The address of the PM is Orchard Road, Istana, Singapore, right? 238823, which is his postal code. So this is a simple example of how the agents work with the different tools. This is a very simple example though, but it gives a fair idea about how it works, right? Thank you so much, and this is the end of the module one.